biggest obstacle, when I remember the phrase from one of the guys I met at Resco in Bratislava, was that usually the field workers are coming last. So everyone is focusing on the guys who's sitting behind the desk in the office, so to make his experience the most convenient as possible, the most efficient as possible, but the real work is done outside. So how do we can serve these employees the best as possible? And I think this is one of the biggest obstacles this area is currently facing, because no one is caring about them. Maybe no one is a little bit hard, but it is less cared about them. They're doing their job, they're doing this since ever, and nothing is going to change. That's, I think, of my opinion, one of the biggest obstacles they have. Indeed, there's so much potential to make their life easier, their work more productive, more handsome, and so on.
Yeah, that's quite interesting what Sven said, because most often we forget that people when we're building processes, and to bring them, let's say, on position one more or less in the process when we design the software, that is, I think, one of their problem, of course, but even though a problem of us when we are that deep in process design and things like that. And they do the job, they earn the money at the end for the companies, and we don't, or we should not forget them, basically.
When I remember back, I think we also used it back in the days in these Lean UX canvases together with Oliver, where we were focusing on theoretically issues and business problems, and then developing ideas and strategies. Okay, what is the benefit for the business? What is the benefit for the users? And to also create hypotheses against this. And to really check, is it really like this what the user is needing, or how does the process looks like? And of course, the more you serve also the employees, the more productive they are, the more efficient they are. And this comes along every time with quality of the systems, of quality of the tools. And if they love the tools, they also love their work. Because I cannot imagine something which is more annoying than using a tool which is hard to use or annoying, because then I don't want to invest a lot of time by using or maintaining this tool.
As I work since years with Resco, it's really awesome to work with the team, because it's not only that I profit by myself with technology knowledge and process and things like that, but even though I can use that to really deliver, let's say, excellent service to my customers at the end. And if you have such a strong connection to a partner, you gain that much, which you not really can count in numbers. It's really like relationships you can build up. You can bring the people on the table talking about different topics or in different ways about topics. And that's what I love about that.
I can only agree with Jens. I'm working together with Resco since 2017 or 18, when I first started writing emails with them. Gabriel answered me, so because he was for me the go-to guy, and then from there on, together with Jens, we're working for the same company. Everything was then developing faster and faster. I attended my first conference in Rome and met all the people in person. For me, it's really a heartful company. For me, it's a big family out there. Whatever is in your mind, you need support. You have a feature wish, you have a customer where you say, hey, can you please change this and that? You're always open for feedback to change something to serve your clients. For me, that's the best way a partnership could work.
Well, first it's availability, and by that I mean that as a technician you have the data which you need basically at hand. So when I have a process which I need to follow, and I maybe drop the connection for a little, then my KPIs could go down basically. But with the possibility or the technology possibility from Resco, with the offline features and all that stuff, I can seamlessly go through my process without any interruption. And second is fast development of applications. And third is the partnership. That are the key facts.
Talking about this, the main factor which is leading here is data. When you think about data, data is money nowadays. We have data-driven companies. When you do not control your data, you cannot run your business very properly in regards of revenue growth and so on. And with data, automatically availability comes along. So you need to have your data always with you. And talking about Resco, which has a really good availability for the data, talking about offline availability in many directions for all the records you need. For example, here currently we're sitting in Stuttgart, and nowadays here is some maintenance stuff going on, and I have no internet connection anymore. I cannot work with my smartphone. There's no telephone, there's no mobile internet, and for this, if I would be a field worker here, I need this offline availability. And this is really a powerful thing from Resco to serve this. And also, really, if I need something in regards of support, or if I need a new feature, talking with a customer saying, hey, can we change this feature that it's more in their direction? Or talking about, hey, I need a template which is going for this more specific industry, then Resco is the go-to. To talk with larger suppliers or software vendors like Microsoft, it's sometimes even hard because they have a bigger picture. They need to serve millions of clients, so it's hard to say, can you develop this or that? With Resco, it's way more easier and more open-minded for the feedback.
One of them is availability, again, because often the problem is that the people know how to use an app or a device. It's not that problem. It's more like, can I trust the app or the device? Which means I need to have the data which I need to do right now for my job. Or if a client asks me something, that I can quickly check it up in the app. That is, so basically trust is what is important here. For me, quite important, the real-time communication, which is basically available. That means, so I am on site, I do my job, and then I see something which was not reported or described in the, let's say, the briefing. I can quickly go back to my manager or to the back office and ask some questions, and I more or less immediately get feedback. Or second thing is that the people in the back office see what's currently ongoing. So they can maybe give them tips and hints, hey, take care of this, take care of that, because I saw, I don't know, this threshold was lower or higher, as an example.
Yeah, totally agree to this, especially when we're talking also about serious industries like transportation. So when something is going on in the field, you really directly need the connection to the back office to coordinate things, because the back office cannot do its job without the frontline and the other way around. So they need to have a real-time connection. They need to talk with each other. And it's not like I just can call. Sometimes you need video, photos and all that stuff, or some kind of information. So it's really needed in this direction.
Identify the key users, which are basically not only the back office users, that are the technicians outside, bring them in the process of designing the app, designing the processes as early as possible. And second thing, when you start testing, let them test as well, not the IT guys, because we don't, or not that we don't know it, it's like they behave differently than we do. So that is what really increased the acceptance of the app at the end, when you take care of those, let's say, movements they do on a mobile device, for example. I would interpret that question a little bit different, because I think the big tech companies like Microsoft, Salesforce, SAP, etc., they will deliver still in future like one data platform, or Microsoft is the Power Platform for business applications. And then we have a coexistency with like how to develop against that a mobile application. Like you have native development dependent on operating systems. You have technology platforms for developing apps based on that, like we can do it with Resco. So yeah, it's like a mix of both worlds basically we see here, and in future, I mean, everybody will profit from that because you have so much possibilities how you like to do it at the end, and it depends always on the business case.
The biggest advantage is in this case for me again data, because when we're thinking about the whole processes, on the one hand you have your mobile workers, on the other hand you have your back offices, you have your controlling department, you have your CEOs or other C-levels. And imagine they would work all on the same platform. So with Power Platform, you have a platform as a service. So Microsoft, for example, is taking care about the governments. You have your security updates, your patches, you have always new technology. You can add also AI technologies into it. It doesn't matter if Copilot or whatever. Or automate things with Power Automate, for example, getting your reports done with Power BI. With Power Platform, you can do your custom tools for your own custom scenarios in the field. You can develop whatever you're up to, because it's not good to wait until someone else is providing you out-of-the-box product which you can use for your use cases. Instead, you have a platform, you have the tools, you have so many possibilities to create something to be more efficient in the field, be more productive with your users. You can involve them into designing the processes, and on the same point of time you have the data in place where also the controlling department, your C-levels, your boards, everyone is using the same data on the same platform, and from there on, of course, you can put the data to an SAP system or print it out and give it to the next board meeting or whatever. You have so much freedom you can do there. So this is for me the really big advantage, because sky is the limit for the Power Platform.